you would place the filter in the right frequency just to eliminate the rattling sound of that chain. And that's, in a nutshell, the suppressor. Basically, there is another example I could use for those who work on parallel compression. Parallel compression, I'm sure all the SAE students will know what it is. I mean, it's quite a common practice, common technique. In drum mixing, you basically send the drum submix into an auxiliary, and then you create a second auxiliary with a compressor on it, and then basically you play with both faders and you get the right balance between both of them. So then we can do the same thing with the suppressor. Let me search for it. Audio here, that's it. So the suppressor. And then the main advantage here is that you don't have to create a second fader, a second auxiliary. Yeah. Because now we tell the suppressor to act as a normal compressor. Zoom out. So I press play. What I got in here is just a normal compressor. I can control, of course, the threshold. I can add some makeup. There is a makeup stage right after the compressing stage. So that I can really pump it up. I can make it act as a limiter when I bring my ratio up to zero, close to zero. So I have a brick wall limiter here. But then I can select how much of a signal I want through the compressor and how much signal I want to stay untouched.
Great. Also for de-essing, surely great opportunity to try it out.
I mean, parallel compressing is so common in every instrument. It's obviously more popular in drum mixing, but you can use it on any almost instrument. So you can do that with the suppressor just by using one auxiliary channel, because you have this wet-dry command in here. And there's lots and lots of other possibilities. It comes bundled with a certain number of presets. I think, yeah, there they are. Not only for the vocals, of course, but also for wind instruments when you want to reduce the blow sound, the blow noise of a clarinet, saxophone, whatever. Also, if you want to reduce the key tapping sound as well. Also, you can use it as a bass enhancer only, without any kind of compression, using the makeup stage only. And also the strings, to the harsh, any guitar. I mean, every frequency range can be treated, not only sound-wise, but also visually. Or you may use it just as a visualizer. I mean, just by setting the threshold to zero, and now you're visualizing everything. You may use it in the master fader to have a quick FFT visualizer. There you go.
Well, sounds really great. It's not a de-esser in common sense, it's more an extremely flexible compressor with a lot of possibilities, and as it seems very, very easy to use. Huh?
That's why it took us so long to release. I mean, the initial idea is coming from September 2007, and we were not releasing it until April, well, 1 year ago, April 2008. So all these months, I mean, we were not lazy. I mean, we were just coming up with some ideas, new ideas, and bringing last-minute issues, and that's what we got in the end. A plugin that doesn't look like any other. And I mean, it's being used not only for music, but also for filmmaking. The last, I don't know if you've heard Pedro Almodovar film. There's a filmmaker, Spanish filmmaker, Oscar winner. The last film just premiered a week ago. The audio engineer used one suppressor for each dialogue track, just to do the cleaning. So it's becoming quite famous also in the post-production world.
I saw something, when you opened up the plugin, you had the choice between several versions of the suppressor. Can you tell us something about that?
Yeah, of course. The band, let me show you the band again, is handled by linear phase filters. Okay, that means that these filters are very accurate, very precise, but they introduce some delay, sample delay. So, in order for you to have the best quality, or the best compromise, let me say, depending on what you want every time, we made 3 flavors of the suppressor. Yeah. The one with less sample delay, one with normal sample delay, and another one with really quite sample delay. But then, when you get the most sample delay at the same time, you get the best precision of the FFT here. So you can enjoy the best resolution on here. But that will depend on the kind of application that you do. Sometimes you just want to learn the parameters and use the audio suite version in Pro Tools, or maybe use some processing plugin, just print the results and off we go. So I must say that 2 out of the 3 flavors are compensatable using the delay compensation in Pro Tools, and of course in softwares like Logic or Cubase, or even Nuendo, of course.
Really, really impressive. Now, as you mentioned, it's 1 year ago that the suppressor was released. When may we expect the next Genius plugin from Sonnox Oxford?
Well, we had a discussion because we thought we'd be able at least to show something here in Frankfurt.
I was looking so forward.
Yeah, a lot of people, fortunately, but it was a last-minute decision not to do so because, as with the suppressor, we keep adding last-minute features and we come up with some ideas, and probably our estimation right now is between 2 and 3 months. So, well, be sure that as soon as it's ready, it's going to be a massive product for both worlds, again, music and post-production. So I think it's going to be a nice tool that you look at it and say, what is it, what it does? Because, lately we tend to develop this kind of tools that at the first glance they do not look like any other. So we all have to have, because I'm really anxious to see the product in the street, but we estimate 2-3 months time, right before the summer. I hope, let's cross fingers for that.
Okay, in summer, Sonnox strikes back. And until then, I wish you good luck and enjoy the music fair. See you next year, okay?
See you next year. Thank you.
Bye.